A seemingly harmless, little tiger on the surface. Behind the scenes, he is the decisive and fierce tiger god of war, facing two formidable S-class military heroes. They actually knocked both of them down directly. Just now, Su Tang and the two brothers came out from the Civil Affairs Bureau, then took the two of them back home. She calculated the time. Lanlin has been asleep for 3 days and has now woken up. Ever since injuring Lanlin's wing. After preparing the recovery solution, it gradually began to sleep for 20 hours or even a whole day. However, each time it woke up, its energy was greater than before. Not only did its broken wing grow, its size also visibly increased. It must be accelerating its growth and development during sleep. This little one has been sleeping for so long this time. It must be starving. If it doesn't get goat milk in time, it might throw a tantrum and wreck the house. Fred and Enzo heard and looked very curious. Tang, did you get a pet? What is it? Su Tang thought of that fierce little tiger, smiled and deliberately kept it a mystery. It's a very cute little thing. You'll know when you get there. Hearing the word cute, Fred and Enzo had in mind cute pets like kittens or puppies. They never expected that as soon as the door opened, a massive white figure, accompanied by a fierce roar, would pounce towards them. It was a tiger's roar. Su Tang, hearing this somewhat familiar, yet somewhat unfamiliar sound, immediately reacted and stepped forward to intervene. Lanlin, don't. Considering Lanlin's extremely strong territorial instinct and possessiveness, even the scent of another male on her would make him jealous, let alone bringing them home. He must be enraged. She should have thought of this earlier and negotiated first before letting them in. Fred and Enzo are military elites with S-class combat power. Even if they encountered an adult tiger, they could easily crush it with a single slap. Not to mention a tiny cub. If Lanlin suddenly attacked, they would definitely get hurt, yet unexpectedly seeing the scene before them, they were stunned. Lanlin had actually pinned them both down. Not only was Su Tang surprised, but the twins caught off guard and pinned down without even a chance to resist. When they took a closer look, their pupils instantly dilated, both body and soul trembling. The two exclaimed in unison, "General!" The little tiger pressed down on them, baring its teeth and snarling fiercely for a moment. After sniffing the scent on them, it lost interest and let go, as if just to show off one's family status. "I have no interest in hurting them." Then it immediately returned to its harmless, well-behaved tiger appearance. Wagging its tail enthusiastically, it pounced towards Su Tang. "Master, you're back. Master, I missed you so much. Master. Look, I didn't eat your lifesaver. Aren't I very good? Quick, give Lanlin a kiss and a hug." Su Tang retreated to steps, almost unable to withstand its weight. "Lanlin, how have you grown again?" The little tiger was very satisfied with its current height. Its paws could firmly grip its master's waist. Its head could nuzzle into its master's embrace. It felt absolutely wonderful. It kept nuzzling, making a kitten-like purring, cooing sound. Su Tang thought this behavior of its was hinting that it was hungry and wanted beast milk. So she rubbed its head and said dotingly, "I'll make you a bottle of milk right away. But first, let me introduce you to two people." Blood Sword Fred and Enzo. They were actually still maintaining their previous posture, motionlessly staring at Lanlin, their eyes filled with shock and disbelief. "What's wrong with you? You weren't hurt by Lanlin, were you? Is this General Yajlandi? Born of the Duke Earl family. A noble, rare variant white tiger that appears once in 100 years. Peerless in the world. There is only the general. But the general is inherently cold and aloof, arrogant and bloodthirsty. Never been close to women. How could he be wagging his tail and fawning over a female like this? Acting cute and coquettish." Su Tang was stunned for a moment. Then, as if hearing something unbelievably funny, she burst out laughing. "How is that possible? It's just an ordinary little tiger." The two still didn't believe it. How could a white tiger be ordinary? To prove it to them and save her own skin, Su Tang immediately gave Lanlin another checkup. Apart from the bone age having increased a bit, and the health status changing to excellent, the screen still displayed ordinary tiger. The two carefully checked the medical report several times. Then, watching the white tiger hug its bottle of milk and lie in Tang's arms, sucking obediently like a cub, with not a trace of the general's imposing demeanor. Their doubts were finally dispelled. What were they thinking? The general encountered the miasma. But how could he possibly have survived? As for the breed, perhaps because peace has prevailed in recent years, spiritual energy has flourished, and many rare species have reappeared. You to sit and have a cup of tea first. I'll go tidy up its things. Tang Tang, let me help you. Su Tang Tang smiled and shook her head. No need, don't disturb it spending time alone with its owner. The little tiger, holding its milk bottle, strutted proudly behind the girl. As they headed upstairs, Lanlin, why have you come too? After Su Tang Tang finished tidying up, she turned around and saw the little tiger throw away its milk bottle, sprawled out on his bed, exposing its belly, fast asleep. It's the master's bed. Ever since it was caught sneaking milk last time and was chased off, it hasn't had another chance to come up. So nostalgic, so comfortable. Really wants to sleep on the master's bed forever. Eat and then sleep, huh? Lazy tiger, Su Tang Tang found it amusing. She rubbed its furry belly. Sleep well. My little sweetheart. She left her own jacket as a substitute. After it firmly grasped her hand, she walked downstairs. What about the white tiger, Tang Tang? Will it be okay alone at home? Should we bring it along to the mansion? No need, it's asleep. And according to the cycle calculation, this sleep will last at least 10 days or more. 10 days or more? What kind of tiger sleeps that much? Su Tang Tang smiled. When it wakes up this time, its wings should have fully healed. At the Earl's mansion. Early in the morning, Lady Joey was busy arranging the decorations in the mansion, the ingredients and the guests, so much so that when Su Tang Tang arrived, she was startled by the scale of it. She had thought it was just an ordinary meal, but now it seemed more like a banquet. The invited guests gathered around her curiously. You're so beautiful. I heard you're a researcher at the Imperial Science Research Institute. It's simply amazing. Their eyes one after another gossipily looked toward Fred and Enzo behind them. To be able to capture the hearts of the Empire's twin stars simultaneously, you should know they've even rejected a princess. The banquet is all prepared. What are you still chatting about? Mrs. Joey walks over, enthusiastically takes Su Tang Tang's hand. Take a seat, Auntie. Today all this is too grand. You're too polite. This is nothing. Fred and Enzo, since they've already become your protectors, then from now on we are one family. Fred and Enzo hearing one family. Their ears slightly redden. Mrs. Joey smiles, seats Su Tang Tang between the two brothers. During the banquet, Su Tang Tang hardly even reaches out her chopsticks. With one glance, Fred and Enzo compete to serve her food. Ladle soup, wipe her mouth. Mrs. Joey across from them is stunned. She never expected her two sons to like Su Tang Tang to this extent. With no outsiders, they'd practically pick up the bowl to feed her. They've practiced martial arts since childhood. Like most soldiers, their temperaments are quite rough. When have they ever been so gentle and attentive to anyone? But it seems the gentleness is overdone, appearing too polite and courteous. Sometimes females don't completely like males who are too polite and know their boundaries. Thinking of this, she picks up a glass of wine. Tang Tang, you came to attend the banquet today. Auntie has 3 cups of wine to toast you. Upon hearing this, Fred was about to stop it. He was stopped by Joey's look. Enzo was puzzled. What is mother trying to do? 3 cups this size down. Most males can't handle it. Tang Tang will definitely get drunk. It's fine. Enzo, how can one refuse a toast from an elder? Su Tang Tang felt her alcohol tolerance was quite good. She had drunk many colleagues under the table before. 3 cups are nothing. Su Tang Tang downed it in one go. The taste felt quite good. She finished another cup. When Mrs. Joey was about to offer the 3rd toast, Fred couldn't help but grab her hand. Tang Tang, that's enough. Don't drink anymore, since it's a toast to us. Then let us drink on her behalf. Fred snatched the wine glass. Enzo also poured a cup. The two of them drank it for her. Su Tang Tang found it amusing to watch. She shook her head, thinking they were underestimating her too much. What's 2 cups of wine? How drunk could she possibly get? But suddenly she realized something was wrong with the wine. This wine is too strong. Suddenly, a dizzy, spinning sensation hit her. Enzo quickly supported her with fast reflexes. Fred also rushed over to check on her. Just as expected, she's drunk, mother. And what's with this mother calling? Can't you see Tang Tang is drunk? Hurry up and take her upstairs to attend to her. Fred and Enzo were instantly stunned. They can't, they're still pursuing Tang Tang. Haven't confessed. Haven't courted. Must maintain a certain distance. Especially at a time like this, taking advantage of someone's vulnerability. When Tang Tang wakes up, she'll definitely dislike them. What are you still standing there for? Can't you see Tang Tang is uncomfortable? These two silly boys. Do they really plan to be guardians for a lifetime? Fred lowered his head, saw the young girl lying on the table. Eyes slightly closed. She really did look uncomfortable. He bent down and scooped her up in a princess carry. Enzo immediately got angry when he saw the situation. He's actually taking advantage of Tang Tang while she's drunk. He hasn't even held Tang Tang yet. Madame Enzo Joy frowned, scolded him with a look. Male jealousy is not a virtue, especially when the other party is his own brother. Taking good care of Tang Tang together is the right way. Enzo understood, quickly caught up. The drunken Su Tang Tang thought she was at home, suddenly felt it was very hot around her. As if being held tightly. Is it Lanlin? This bold tiger dares to sneak up while she's asleep again. Let's see how she teaches it a lesson. She opened her mouth, bit its ear. Fred, who was hurriedly walking upstairs, his body suddenly stiffened. But Su Tang Tang seemed dissatisfied with the texture. Lanlin, why has your ear become so hard? Not tasty. Her shaking head gently rubbed against his chest, as if acting coquettishly. Fred's blood rushed straight to his brain. His whole body felt off. Every step felt like treading on knife tips. Extremely strenuous. This feeling was a bit like being induced into heat by pheromones that day. Tang Tang, don't tempt him like this. He gritted his teeth, using his combat strength to carry her to the second-floor room. Enzo, you watch her first. I'll go fetch some water to wipe her sweat. Gazing at the beloved's exquisite face from such close proximity, Enzo stared obsessively, unable to tear his eyes away. To restrain the dirty thoughts in his mind, Enzo could only grab the nearby blanket and cover her figure. Unexpectedly, halfway through covering her, his arm was suddenly grabbed by the girl. A pair of deep green pupils gradually turned red. He lowered his head and directly kissed her. Fred entered the room carrying water and saw this scene. Furious, he threw down the water and threw a punch at Enzo's body. Enzo rubbed his face, also wanting to clear his head a bit. But the two brothers were nearly going mad. Faintly, it also reminded them of the memory from that day of being in heat, wounds, raging fire, and suppressants. The current situation was almost the same as back then. But there were no suppressants now. Thinking this, not long after, they actually both caught the scent of pheromones. Only then did I realize it was emanating from Tang Tang's body the second day when Su Tang Tang woke up. She saw right before her eyes two extraordinarily handsome faces. It was Fred and Enzo. She lowered her head and frantically checked her clothes. Thankfully, they were all intact. She let out a long sigh of relief and relaxed considerably. She got up on tiptoe, afraid of waking them. Then, like a thief, she whooshed out in a flash. A few seconds later, Fred and Enzo opened their bloodshot eyes, watching the little female's figure swiftly slip away. They both found it adorable. But was what emanated from Tang Tang just now pheromones? Could it be that her severely damaged information C has repaired itself? Or a secondary differentiation? So the next day, the two came to the entrance of the Scientific Research Institute to pick up Su Tang Tang. On the way home, they suggested she go for another pheromone test. Enzo, remembering that day he secretly kissed Tang Tang, said somewhat sheepishly, I seem to have smelled a pheromone scent I like on you. Yes, Tang Tang. I suspect we were induced into heat by the princess. What truly saved us that day wasn't the inhibitor, but your pheromones. Hearing this, Su Tang Tang directly pulled out the pheromone test report. This was rechecked just now, under the suggestion of the Science Academy's dean. See? This has been through the precise instruments of the Imperial Academy of Sciences. The test result. And it still says the pheromone is unknown. Seeing this, the two brothers exchanged a surprised glance. How could this be? Although the ironclad evidence is right before their eyes, the two brothers still firmly believe Su Tang Tang has pheromones. Otherwise, at the family banquet that day, if he hadn't released some pheromones to soothe them, they probably would have already given in to their beastly nature. Enzo suddenly had a brainwave. I've thought of a place. Perhaps it can help you accelerate the recovery of your information C. Lanhuan Island, it's a holy land for healing the information C. and training to enhance pheromone concentration. Before, I thought you had no pheromones, so I didn't think much of it, but now it seems very suitable for you to go there. Tang Tang, let us take you there. Su Tang Tang didn't believe that they themselves had no pheromones, feeling very helpless, but still nodded and agreed. Actually, she also knew they all meant well for her. Pheromones for females not only represent power and status, but are also closely related to health and lifespan. So they feared she would perish too soon. That's why they were unwilling to believe he had no pheromones. The next day, after Tang Tang asked for leave from the research institute, Fred and Enzo came to pick her up in a battleship. Tang Tang, this is the island pass. Free of charge, Su Tang Tang took it. It was a card glowing all over with golden light. Enzo lifted to gift boxes. Tang Tang, I brought you some snacks. All your favorites. Fred took out a fluorescent bracelet and put it on for her. This is a summoning device used in the military. If encountering danger, it allows us to quickly rush over. They say they are nominally her guardians, but the age difference is negligible. Su Tang Tang never really saw them as true elders. But now, looking at it, it really does seem like it. It's just going to Blue Fantasy Island for a few days of rest. They're acting as if she's going off to war. Endless instructions all along the way. Arriving at Blue Fantasy Island, the teacher clapped her hands, signaling for him to come in. The hundreds of chattering females inside the hall immediately fell silent. She is just too beautiful. Su Tang Tang briefly introduced herself. The teacher then told her to freely choose a seat to sit in. Su Tang Tang found an inconspicuous seat in the corner, because she was essentially here to slack off. Just muddle through for a couple of days and then leave. But she never expected, under the teacher's instruction, she would witness a miraculous scene. Hundreds of people followed the teacher, palms facing upward, and began to drive their pheromones. Then, a glow gradually floated up from their palms. At the center of the glow were many different things. There were small grasses, little streams, small trees and other natural scenes, and also everyday fruits like bananas, grapes, and cantaloupes. And a cute-looking girl next to her had a bright yellow carrot in her palm. Could these be their information bodies? So magical. The teacher's gaze swept over. In order not to seem out of place, Su Tang Tang quickly reached into the big snack gift bag Enzo gave and fumbled around blindly, grabbing a bag of chips. If her pheromone smelled like chips and came with packaging, would anyone believe it? Yuling next to her, seeing Su Tang Tang pull out a bag of chips, couldn't help but laugh. Originally thought someone born so beautiful should be an aloof and noble goddess. Never expected her personality to be so fun. Suddenly felt much closer to her. She boldly moved closer to her. Hi, hello. My name is Yuling. From Moon Comet Star S-Glass. Female pheromone is carrot-scented. The two females in the front row who had been secretly paying attention for a long time, hearing this, also turned around one after another and introduced themselves. My name is Medina. From planet M79. A class female pheromone is ginkgo leaf-scented. My name is Bai Weiwei. Also like you. AM from Central Star. A class female pheromone is apple-scented. You're so pretty. How come I've never seen you before? Their enthusiasm surprised Su Tang Tang a little, because I just arrived at Central Star not long ago. No class. And no pheromone. The three were shocked. What, you have no pheromone? Then what are you doing at the Spirit Cultivation Hall? Su Tang Tang had no choice but to explain her difficulties once again. After listening, Yuling sighed and said, then your guardian must be really good to you, willing to spend a fortune just to send you here to have fun. Su Tang Tang didn't understand. What fortune? Yuling took out a gold card identical to her own. This is it. It costs a full 10 million star coins. Hearing this, Su Tang Tang's vision went dark. 10 million star coins was enough for her to live on for a lifetime. Fred and Enzo actually lied, telling her it was free, making her spend an astronomical price just to slack off. Those two big liars. She'd teach them a proper lesson when she got back. But I have many more of these. If you need one, I can give it to you. As she spoke, Yuling pulled out 10 cards from her pocket. Su Tang Tang was shocked. Had she just met a rich lady? And such an extravagantly generous rich lady at that. No, too valuable. What's the big deal? Yuling didn't think it was a problem. Star coins were mere worldly possessions to her. The family had so many they couldn't even burn them all. What she was interested in was making friends. After coming to Blue Fantasy Island so many times, she hadn't met a single kindred spirit. Today, she had finally met one. Su Tang tanked out to large bags of snacks, inviting them all to share and pass the time. Just having met and already eating and drinking for free. Medina and Bai Weiwei felt a bit embarrassed. My family is in the medicinal herb business. I happen to have a bottle of void essence on me. Sprinkling it on yourself can make you temporarily invisible. I'll give it to you. My family also does a bit of weapon business. I have an anti-wolf laser gun on me. It can fire infinitely. I'll give it to you for protection against wolves. Su Tang thought that if she went back and Enzo saw this gun, he would definitely be very angry. Yu Ling went out in a hurry today and didn't bring anything. After thinking for a long time, she finally remembered one treasure. I'll give you my brother. My brother is amazing. He's been single for so many years, always looking for the best, and has rejected high-class females like heiresses from prominent families and famous celebrities. But she dared to guarantee that if he just saw Su Tang once, he would definitely like her. Just thinking about such a beautiful little fairy, very possibly becoming her sister-in-law. Yu Ling got so excited she almost raised her rabbit ears. Right, my beast form is a rabbit. Su Tang hesitated for a moment. Not having pheromones is fine. But if she didn't have a beast form either, they would probably see her as an oddity. So she casually made up a little cat. Meanwhile, at the royal palace, 2 guards in black hurriedly ran into the great hall. They reported that Su Tang had gone to Blue Fantasy Island. Hearing this, Catherine gnashed her teeth in anger. The entry ticket to Blue Fantasy Island is extremely hard to obtain, worth millions. Those who come and go are either royal nobles or daughters from prestigious families. The Gemini star really is willing to spare no expense, spending such a great cost to send this useless porcelain there. But just as the saying goes, after searching far and wide with no success, it comes effortlessly without any effort. She was just worrying that the other party was protected by the Female Protection Agency, leaving no opportunity to act. And now they have actually delivered themselves right to her doorstep. Come, this princess will go meet her personally. It's in the spiritual cultivation hall. Su Tang and Yu Ling are playing the note-passing game. Suddenly from outside the door, a group barged in rudely. Mechanical soldiers holding submachine guns. Then a woman dressed in luxurious and elegant attire appeared. Where is Su Tang? Get out here right now. Catherine raised her eyes and immediately spotted the little female in the corner of the last row. Her features were as exquisite as a painting. Her skin fairer than snow. So beautiful she seemed to have mistakenly descended into the mortal world. Just as she was thinking, that little female actually stood up. Looking for me? Catherine's fingernails gradually tightened. Seize her. Seeing this, Medina and Bai Weiwei immediately stood up, blocking in front of Su Tang. What right do you have to arrest someone arbitrarily? By the authority of being the eldest princess of Central Core. Are you blind to dare stand in my way? Medina and Bai Weiwei fell silent. They both belong to the Central Star System and deeply understand the principle that the royal family holds a lofty status, and their dignity must not be violated. Well, who's here? So it's the renowned Central New Princess. Yu Ling stood up from her seat, arms crossed. But how come I've heard that the royal family hasn't produced a single capable person in all these years? They've all relied on the divine might of General Arthur Lundy to barely cling on until now. Now that the god of war has fallen, the borders are in turmoil. Princess, instead of going back to guard your few acres of Imperial City land, you dare come out here to throw your weight around? How insolent! Princess Catherine had never been so provoked before. Angered, she directly activated her pheromones. But the female opposite was also S-rank. She showed no reaction to her attack. Who are you to look down on, Yu Ling? From Moon Assembly Star. Upon hearing this, Catherine couldn't help but feel a shock in her heart. So this is the Moon Assembly Star System's young lady of the moon, Yu Ling. Her family is in existence the entire star system cannot afford to provoke. Especially her brother. My affairs with Su Tang have nothing to do with you. I advise you not to meddle in others' business. How is it none of my business? Tang is my good friend. Anyone who dares to bully her is bullying me. In the future, she might even be my dear sister-in-law. Of course, family should protect each other. Catherine glared at her, furious but not daring to speak out. She could only redirect all her resentment onto Su Tang. Yuling leaned close to her ear to comfort Tang Tang, saying, "Don't be afraid. She can't do anything to us. If she dares to touch a single hair, I'll have my brother overturn her entire imperial city." Su Tang Tang lowered her gaze. She is the empire's eldest princess, the one who forced Fred and Enzo to suffer greatly in front of everyone. You have only just met her. You simply don't know how vile her nature is, relying on being born with a fox-like, seductive appearance to seduce my male army. If I'm not as beautiful as you, how could I seduce your male army? As the words fell, the spirit cultivation hall suddenly fell into silence. Everyone looked at him suspiciously. Catherine was also instantly choked up. She comes from a noble background. Her appearance is beautiful. She's long been immune to the praises from those around her. But this was the first time she was praised by a female more beautiful than herself. But she quickly realized Su Tang Tang wasn't praising her at all. She was clearly insulting her, because people were already starting to snicker. "You say I'm more beautiful than you? Yes, your single eyelids are very special. Sharp when raised, cool and aloof when lowered. They have the aura of a born supermodel." Catherine proudly raised the corners of her eyes. This was something she inherited from her queen mother. "But what I like most is your skin. The light brown has a healthy, wild kind of beauty." As these words fell, everyone around burst into laughter. Catherine also instantly became furious. "Su Tang Tang, you dare to insult me by flaunting your fair skin? Ever since I was little, what she hated most was her own brown skin. She searched the world for treasures, went through great hardships trying to become fair. It had no effect at all, let alone achieving skin like hers, jade-like and ice-fair, as smooth as congealed lard. She didn't even dare to dream of it." Su Tang Tang, however, let out a long "oh." Her Achilles heel was here. After half a day, the only thing she genuinely appreciated was her own skin tone. Never expected this to be what she hated most. "So you like white skin? Then I can help you." "What, you help me?" "That's right." Su Tang Tang pulled out a phoenix-style flower badge from her pocket. "I am a researcher at the Imperial National Academy of Sciences." To make the other believe, she even threw mud on herself. "The reason my skin is so fair is because I persistently use this." "Really or fake?" Catherine was incredulous. Yuling was also amazed. "Tang Tang, you're actually a scientist? That's just too awesome." Yuling instantly turned into a little fangirl. Even more matched with brother now? This sister-in-law she had decided on. A faint light also glimmered in White Lin's eyes. "You can really help me become fair? Why help me?" "Yeah, Tang Tang, she's so bad. Don't help her. With me here, there's nothing to fear at all." "It's okay." Su Tang Tang believed Yuling would help her. "But you can help for a while. You can't help forever. Since the princess can hold a grudge until now and chase all the way to Blue Fantasy Island. Then when we reach Central Star, she definitely won't let it go easily either. She might even come up with new methods to torment Fred and Enzo. So this matter must be thoroughly resolved sooner or later. Of course, there are conditions. After I help you turn white, you must no longer pester Fred and Enzo. And you must also let me leave. All grievances will be wiped clean." Catherine curled her lips. "What kind of thing are you to even think you're qualified to negotiate with me?" Su Tang Tang gave a slight, then forget it. Brown-skinned eldest princess. She deliberately emphasized the words brown-skinned, angering Catherine so much she wanted to become the one being tortured. So she forcibly took Su Tang Tang to the palace. "Before my skin turns white, aside from the Imperial Palace, you're not going anywhere." Su Tang Tang dialed the Science Academy Dean's, Lucille's light brain number, asking him to send over the whitening lotion she developed. When Lucille learned the address was the Royal Palace, he immediately understood Su Tang Tang's situation. Worried, he asked Su Tang Tang to hand the light brain to the princess. When Catherine saw the handsome male in the video, her gaze suddenly turned charming. It was actually the eldest legitimate son of Marquis Rothschild, Central Star's top scholar, the dean of the Empire's National Science Academy, Lucille. But before Catherine could even feel happy, the man's icy warning chilled her heart halfway. "Your Highness, Tang Tang is a member of our National Academy of Sciences, which means she is under my protection. If you dare lay a finger on her, I will hold the royal family accountable at any cost." Catherine was so angry her teeth grated audibly. The dignified eldest princess had been provoked repeatedly lately, first by the Empire's twin stars, then by the young lady of the moon. And now here comes another one, Lucille. All because of Su Tangtang. She wanted to vent her fury. But greatly hindered by the Rothschild family's real power, she could only let it go. Dean, what kind of person do you take me for? As long as Su Tangtang obediently helps me, I won't make things difficult for her. Lucille wasn't willing to say another word to her, and instead turned her gaze to Su Tangtang. Sugar, the whitening lotion. What else do you need? Su Tangtang glanced at the irritable Catherine. He mentioned a few chemical terms that he simply couldn't understand. Upon hearing this, Lucille was slightly taken aback. Sugar. What are these highly stimulating acidic substances for? But on second thought, smiling slightly, waiting for Su Tangtang to hang up the phone, Catherine had already assumed a mocking posture. Truly impressive skill. A useless word without pheromones actually managed to pluck even the famously unattainable flower of the Science Academy. Can be picked. The clan places the greatest emphasis on the distinction between legitimate and illegitimate branches. Those of pure, legitimate lineage generally possess exceptionally fine appearances, while the sons and daughters of concubines fall far short. Distant collateral branches are even further from being able to compare. And Lucille is the sole heir passed down through a century of the family's orthodox lineage. Both genes and appearance are considered top tier. Catherine had long coveted this renowned beauty, wishing to take her into the harem. However, the other party was aloof and extremely intelligent. At a young age, he had become the head of the Imperial National Academy of Sciences. He was not someone she could easily manipulate, so she gave up. Half an hour later, the guard brought the whitening lotion, operating tools, and a large package of mysterious chemical agents. Su Tangtang changed into her work uniform, put on gloves and goggles, and began working with a pile of agents in glassware. Her calm, professional, and serious demeanor left Catherine stunned. All right, lift your head. Close your eyes. I'm starting now. Su Tangtang carried the prepared mud mask and walked over to Catherine. Catherine was already impatient. Just as Su Tangtang picked up the spatula and was meticulously smoothing it over half of his face, Catherine suddenly flew into a rage. What are you looking at? If you dare peek again, I'll dig out your eyeballs and soak them in wine. Startled, Su Tangtang's hand trembled, thinking the potion had taken effect so quickly. Only after listening did she realize he was scolding her male soldiers. Catherine had been holding back for a while now. Ever since Su Tangtang arrived, his group of male soldiers kept looking up to sneak glances from time to time, as if they had never seen such a beautiful and unique female before. Catherine was extremely furious. You enjoy being looked at by others, don't you? I already know the basic usage of get out. Let my male soldiers serve me. Su Tangtang thought. Happy to be idle, took off her gloves and walked out of Fenjiang Pavilion, rarely entering the Imperial Palace. Must take a good look and appreciate the beautiful scenery here. Just as she relaxed and walked through the green bamboo forest, unexpectedly, faintly saw a black and white figure. Su Tangtang suddenly stopped in her tracks. The whole person became excited. Is that a giant panda? She loves giant pandas the most. Never thought such a rare animal would be here too. Su Tangtang suppressed her excitement, slowly approached it. At this moment, the giant panda had its back to her ears. Its furry body from afar looked like a soft, glutinous triangular rice ball from a distance. Simply too adorable. Makes one unable to resist wanting to pick it up and cuddle it wildly. Thinking this, Su Tangtang looked around. A great mischievous idea rose. Suddenly bent down. Like a sneak attack, she grabbed and lifted the giant panda. Huarong was resting quietly while chasing the wind. Suddenly his entire body was lifted by someone, who immediately opened his eyes, just about to struggle, when he heard a clear, soft voice coming from above his head. Turned around and his gaze instantly fixed. Not only was it a female, but also an indescribably beautiful female. But she is too bold, isn't she? Actually in the bamboo breeze, holding an unfamiliar male beast form, casually stroking, Su Tangtang was happily petting. Suddenly she saw it turn its face, round, shiny eyes staring fixedly at her, seeming even a bit shy, making her feel beastly desires surge again. So well-behaved and adorable. She had never seen a panda with such clean fur and such beautiful eyelids. Su Tangtang couldn't help but give it a kiss, then lifted its two front limbs, buried her entire head into the panda's furry belly, shaking wildly. But this directly terrified Huarong. He had never been in contact with a female of the same age, let alone experienced such intimate contact. Is she going to transform into beast form and mate with him next? Huarong thought this, but then saw the girl suddenly stop. Turns out Su Tangtang heard the panda's cry. Though she found it extremely cute, she felt guilty like a thief, afraid of being discovered. So quietly shushed it. Don't cry, let's play quietly. She's already like this. And still telling him not to cry. Truly a libertine. Huarong suddenly felt a bit angry. And somewhat wronged. Su Tangtang didn't notice at all. Her curved smiling eyes are really so cute and cute. Worthy of being a national treasure. Really want to steal it and play forever and ever. Little cutie, what color sack do you like? Su Tangtang expressed her fondness without restraint. But Huarong was overwhelmed by the intense affection. And the peerless beauty. His innocent heart couldn't resist at all. He couldn't stay angry even a little bit. She really likes me a lot. Does she like me enough to take me home? In a surge of excitement, Huarong transformed into human form. Their eyes met, but the little female seemed suddenly startled, screaming as she pushed him away. How can you be human? No, how can you be a panda beastman, instead of just a simple giant panda? Although Su Tangtang had long known that everyone here transformed from beast form, she had never seen anyone appear in beast form in broad daylight. Thinking of her earlier cringeworthy behavior, Su Tangtang felt so ashamed she wanted to jump off a cliff. Sorry, didn't know you were human earlier. If you want to hit me, scold me. Or even call the police to arrest me, it's all fine. Huarong was stunned by her words. How could she not tell the difference between a beastman and an ordinary beast? Su Tangtang didn't realize that this kind of cognitive barrier was as exaggerated as seeing a person on Earth. And not knowing whether they were male or female, Huarong shyly waved his hand. Su Tangtang, with her head lowered, didn't see it. And thought the other party wouldn't forgive her. Forget it, I'd better just turn myself in. Huarong wanted to pull her but didn't dare. In a moment of urgency, he actually started using sign language. Su Tangtang was stunned to see it. It turned out he didn't know how to explain earlier. It wasn't that he didn't want to, but that he couldn't. He was a mute. A strong feeling of pity instantly welled up from the bottom of her heart. Really, you forgive me? By the way, I still don't know your name. Huarong picked up a dry bamboo branch nearby and slowly wrote two characters on the ground. Huarong. It actually shared the name with her favorite giant panda on Earth. I'll call you Rong. Is that okay? Huarong shyly tilted his head slightly, as if it was fine whatever she called him. Rong, what is your role in the palace? Huarong hesitated, as if finding it difficult to speak. Su Tangtang, having seen the world, already understood something. Since she entered the palace, she had only seen the princess and her consorts. But the other party was so innocent and looked very young, not like the type Catherine would like. The rest were guards and servants. Rong's a little mute, and his nature was so soft. She dared not imagine how much bullying and abuse he would suffer in this cold, icy palace. In order not to make him uncomfortable, Su Tangtang quickly changed her tone. Do you know why I entered the palace? Huarong shook his head. Su Tangtang suddenly spoke with a trembling voice, lifting her sleeve to wipe tears. I accidentally angered the eldest princess, and she dragged me into the palace to torment me. Beaten monthly, beaten daily, 3 times a day, beaten whenever she had free time. Woo, how could she treat a fairy like this? Hearing this, Huarong instantly became anxious. He walked up to Su Tangtang, tugged on her clothes, and quickly signed. Don't be afraid, I will help you. Su Tangtang realized she was doomed, immediately let go, and made a funny face at Huarong. Just kidding. Su Tangtang just wanted to make her own story sound more pitiful, so that by comparison he might feel a bit better. She didn't expect Huarong to pause for a moment, and then instantly blush. He is angry. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. She did it on purpose, always teasing him. Su Tangtang found him adorable again. National treasures are just cute. Even as a human, he's cute. On the other side, Catherine's face was patchy, one dry spot after another. Under the uneven stimulation, her skin began to turn red, and her temper flared up drastically. All these clumsy fools are utterly stupid, can't even handle such a small task properly. After Catherine scolded all the male attendants, she started grinding at the mirror herself. Unexpectedly, it hurt even more. The pain made her eyes slightly red. Go and summon Su Tang Tang for me. After the guards received the order, they immediately went to search for Su Tang Tang. But half an hour later, they still hadn't found her. Catherine couldn't wait any longer. She activated her pheromones and discovered two figures in the bamboo peak at the back mountain. At that moment, Su Tang Tang held bamboo leaves in one hand and bamboo in the other, immersed in the joy of feeding the giant panda. As soon as she turned around, she was startled by the woman with black and red patches. Huarong was also frightened by Catherine's appearance. Catherine glanced dismissively at Huarong. Upon hearing Your Majesty, Su Tang Tang was stunned. Huarong was actually her younger brother, the king of the Central Star. What are you still standing there for, Your Majesty? Hurry up and leave. Catherine was extremely impatient. Huarong also wanted to follow along. She glared at him. What are you following for? Stay here and properly cultivate your useless combat power. See if you can reach S rank in your lifetime. Su Tang Tang's understanding was once again shaken. Catherine's authority. Has it already grown so great that she can scold the emperor? Su Tang Tang urgently signaled to Huarong with a hand gesture. I'm going to get busy now. I'll find you to play when I have time. Only then did Huarong clench his hand and nod. The attitude Her Highness just showed towards His Majesty. Why was it so terrible? Catherine found it amusing. Towards him, a male whose combat power barely reaches level 1. My attitude has been good enough. If it weren't because he is the new king, I wouldn't even glance his way. Think about my several Crown Prince brothers, each one is a dragon among men. Each one a top-tier S-rank male. If that's the case, then why choose Huarong as the new king? Because his species is quite rare. Su Tang Tang also nodded. If there were a vote among the several royal princes, she would definitely also choose the giant panda. Seeing her believing it to be true, Catherine suddenly let out a sky-shaking laugh. You didn't actually believe it, did you? I'll tell you. The reason we chose him as the new king is simply because he is a mute, can't speak, and his combat power level is low. I can only obediently be a good puppet. It seems like a little pitiful one too. But Su Tang Tang found it somewhat strange. According to her observations, on this planet, the combat power level of males is greatly related to the strength of their true form. But the giant panda was the mount of the ancient divine beast Caillou, and even has a mighty and domineering name, the Iron-Eating Beast. Why are others easily S-class, while he struggles in cultivation and is only level 1? Catherine found it somewhat amusing. The true ruler of Central Star now is my mother. Before my elder brother recovers, she will absolutely not allow anyone to seize power. But she stopped herself halfway through the sentence. Why am I telling her all this? Don't ask, be careful, the more you know, the faster you die. Go quickly and apply my face mask. Su Tang Tang applied the mask for her again. While satisfied, Catherine was also somewhat puzzled. Why does her hand feel different when applying it compared to others? What exactly is so magical about it? How long does this mask need to stay on before washing it off? Su Tang Tang replied lightly. 3 days, that long? Do I have to wear it while eating and sleeping the whole time? Not go out? Are you messing with me? No, princess. Your skin tone is something you were born with, persisting for over 20 years. How could you expect it to change in just a few minutes? It's science, not magic. Catherine was speechless. Indeed, since childhood, despite exhausting all efforts and searching everywhere for treasures, she still couldn't turn white. Thinking about it this way, 3 days isn't really that long. For the sake of beauty, she could endure this bit of hardship. But to prevent the other party from tricking her, she decided to bring Su Tang Tang along for all activities. At lunchtime, Huarong arrived at Catherine's palace. Su Tang Tang was just about to greet her when the princess issued an order to leave. What are you doing here at my place? Huarong gestured with sign language. But Catherine grew extremely impatient. What a mess. What are you dancing about? Wanting to eat here, I suppose. Here, it's all meat for birds of prey and fierce beasts. There's no share for you. Better go to the back mountain and gnaw on bamboo shoots. Su Tang Tang frowned. She couldn't stand others treating the giant panda so poorly. He is a national treasure. Catherine, don't be harsh with him. If you want to be harsh with me. Huarong's eyes flickered. Huarong looked at her. It was the first time someone dared to defy the eldest sister. And it was to protect him. Catherine hadn't expected it either. This little waste who, from Blue Fantasy Island to the Imperial Palace, No matter how much she was mocked or ordered around along the way. Never showed any temper. Now actually got angry at her. For the sake of a puppet emperor. And even had the audacity to call her by her name. Catherine suddenly remembered. The encounter in the bamboo grove that she had ignored that afternoon. Didn't see it coming. Su Tang Tang, your tastes are quite varied. I thought you had a big appetite. Only picking top quality S-grade males to eat. Never expected you to be completely indiscriminate. Su Tang Tang was speechless. Really can't understand. What exactly is filling the other party's mind? Elder sister, don't scold her anymore. I'll leave right now. Huarong hurriedly finished signing and turned to leave. He couldn't bear to see Su Tang Tang being insulted. This feeling was as painful as having his heart pricked by needles one by one. It's all because he's too weak. If only he could be as strong as his royal brothers. A sudden, intense pain shot across Catherine's face. As if burned by fire, scalding hot. My face hurts so much. Su Tang Tang, what's going on? Is this your doing? Su Tang Tang calmly sat down to eat. I advise you not to scratch or claw at it. Otherwise, all previous efforts will be wasted. Beauty comes with a price. Does it hurt? She only added a little something inside. Catherine gritted her teeth in pain. Don't let me find out you're behind this. After speaking, she was in too much pain to sit still for a moment. Soon she ran out screaming. Seeing the situation, Su Tang Tang also put down her bowl and went to find Huarong. She saw him sitting cross-legged deep in the bamboo forest. As if cultivating, she called out to him from afar. But the latter suddenly convulsed and wiped his mouth with his sleeve. Su Tang Tang quickly ran over. She actually saw him spitting blood. Huarong, what's wrong with you? How could you be spitting blood? Huarong was very happy to see her, gesturing with his hands. It's nothing. It's just cultivation. It's very normal. Did eldest sister give you a hard time? It's all my fault. I shouldn't have gone to find you. Where is that normal? Did he think she was stupid? Normal cultivation. The body only becomes stronger and healthier. Spitting blood, I think you're going berserk. Why are you cultivating so desperately? Because he was just scolded by Catherine. He felt he was too weak. That's why he was agitated and blood rushed to his heart. Thinking of this, Su Tang Tang felt a bit heartache for Huarong. Some people's dislike for you is for no reason. You don't need to care about them. Because there are more worthy people to care about. Su Tang Tang fumbled on her person and found a piece of candy. Here, cotton candy for you to eat. From now on, you're not allowed to be sad. Huarong put the candy in his mouth. When he tasted its flavor, he was stunned for a moment. Then a faint mistiness appeared in his eyes. From childhood until now, no one has ever been willing to talk to him this much. Comforting him, encouraging him, and even saving the last piece of candy for him. He never understood what liking was before. But now he seems to understand. Huarong didn't say a word, directly transformed into his beast form. A male actively revealing his beast form in front of a female. It means expressing liking, even courting, and in this life only recognizing her as the one. Su Tang Tang saw him suddenly turn into a giant panda again. Her eyes lit up. Reflexively wanted to reach out and touch the fur, but then withdrew her hand. He is sad right now. Need to restrain herself, but Huarong actively moved closer. Su Tang Tang, who had been petting the national treasure all night, contentedly prepared to sleep. But the gauze curtain was suddenly torn apart. Catherine, holding a wine bottle, seemed drunk. Su Tang Tang. You useless thing, do you particularly look down on? I think I eldest princess. Being bullied by the eldest daughter of the Yuzi is one thing. Even Gemini dares to defy me. Now even Lucille can warn me. They are just bullying me. The royal family is in decline, with no successors. Before we still had General Yajalindi to rely on. No one dared to be presumptuous. But now he has fallen too. Only the Queen Mother and a few nominal royal brothers remain. Although the Queen Mother is SS level. But as a female, she has no combat power. No matter how strong, she cannot withstand the enemy's cruel mecha artillery. Su Tang Tang was speechless. This madman is acting crazy again. Really don't understand. Her face is already in so much pain, yet still not behaving. Seems the dosage was too small. But the other party still knows to drink to numb themselves. A bit clever. But not much. Catherine is acting crazy. Drinking one mouthful after another. Still intermittently. But everything shouldn't be like this. Over 20 years ago, The royal family even unprecedentedly gave birth to a S-level combat power. A lion born with double pupils. He was the Empress's first child. Right after birth, he was established as the crown prince, the planet's sole heir, receiving the reverence of all people. He should have been like General Arthur Lindy, becoming a mighty and renowned god of war. But because his genes were too exceptional, he was abducted by the enemy at only 6 years old, sent into a laboratory to research and alter his genes. My royal brother endured countless days and nights of torment inside, suffered inhuman torture, only then managed to escape back to the palace. But by then he had already undergone genetic mutation, mental collapse, reduced to a beast, with only a shred of reason. Being the final dignity of an SS-level male, the Empress was heartbroken over this. Searched everywhere for high-level females, attempting to heal him with pheromones. But not a single one was effective. Instead, it made him develop an intense aversion to females. The Empress burns incense and prays to Buddha daily, hoping that one day a miracle will appear. Thus, she would rather establish Huarong as the puppet new king than let anyone else ascend the throne. You say, if Crown Prince brother were still well, do these people still dare to ride on my head? Su Tang was completely baffled. Is she drunk and talking nonsense? Or has she been angered into delusions? Catherine saw the doubtful expression on Su Tang's face, furious and flustered. What do you mean? You don't believe my words? As she spoke, she dragged Su Tang down from the bed. Since you don't believe it, then I'll take you to see it with your own eyes. Su Tang thought Catherine was on a drunken rampage. Who knows which remote wilderness she might drag her to before passing out drunk. But unexpectedly, the other party had a very clear destination, flying over one resplendent, golden palace after another, finally stopping before a towering, majestic hall. The hall's body was entirely black, surrounded by 18 lion head statues. Just looking at it was awe-inspiring. Su Tang always felt this great hall was quite different from the others, not just because of its color and lighting, but also its aura. Catherine pulled her inside. Sure enough, entering required swiping a royal decree, passing through a long, mechanized corridor. It was far more complicated than entering Laboratory No. 1 at the Scientific Research Institute. At that moment, a robot bowed and turned on the lights. Thousands of beams of light instantly lit up in unison. Caught off guard, Su Tang saw a breathtaking scene. The vast inner hall had no furnishings. There was a cage forged from dark iron. In the center of the cage lay a giant male lion, his eyes slightly closed, surrounded by a mane that was fluffy and rugged, like golden flames swirling around. He appeared handsome, majestic, and imposing. His entire body measured to 5 meters long. His claws were like white jade, yet they gleamed with a sharpness fiercer than spear tips or blades. Su Tang had never seen such a magnificent lion. It could almost be described as grand and splendid. The male lion's ears, hidden within his thick mane, twitched, seeking death, not only disturbing his peace, but also daring to stare at him with a fixed gaze. Suddenly, the male lion opened his eyes. His overlapping pupils, about to unleash their power, froze. He had guessed it was another female, but he hadn't expected one so beautiful. Catherine let out a drunken hiccup. Pointing dazedly at the lion in the cage, she said, "See? Believe it now? This is my elder brother, His Highness the Crown Prince of the Central Empire, an SS-grade combat male, even reduced to a beast. His heroic bearing remains extraordinary. If you have any discernment at all, you should believe what I've said." Su Tang nodded. This time, she truly believed. A lion this large was clearly abnormal. It felt like it could swallow a person whole in one bite. "Imperial sister, who is she?" The male lion slowly rose, shook his mane, just as he was about to ask. The low growl emitted by Catherine startled Su Tang. She was so frightened that she directly climbed onto the person next to her. This time, it was Catherine's turn to roar. She looked incredulously at Su Tang, who was clinging tightly to her. Her drunkenness sobered up quite a bit. "What are you doing? How dare you climb onto this princess?" Only then did Su Tang realize that she seemed to have been scared by a male lion into climbing onto a female lion. "Sorry." She smiled somewhat awkwardly, pointing at the cage and explaining, "I was afraid it would bite me." At the moment she said bite, the male lion's deep blue eyes erupted with unparalleled fury. He was a male with SS-level combat power, born with double pupils, even reduced to a beast. With just one look, he could effortlessly turn her to ashes. And yet, she compared him to a biting dog. Enraged, he let out a mighty roar, scaring Su Tang into running straight out. Catherine's drunkenness was completely roared away as well. Only then did she realize what she had done. She had actually brought Su Tang into the palace's forbidden grounds. "Brother, I'm sorry. We'll leave right now, get lost." The male lion stared fixedly at Su Tang's figure as she sprinted away, roaring a few more times. Females are indeed greedy, foolish, arrogant, and conceited. And now, there's another cowardly one. He detested them to the core. No matter how beautiful they were, it didn't matter. That night, he dreamed of using his powerful paws to tear Su Tang apart, devour her whole into the belly. In the dead of night, having suffered quite a fright, Su Tang didn't sleep well at all. Never expected that early in the morning. That lunatic Catherine came again. "Are you toying with me or not? The pitch-black face mask is almost dried on my face, clinging on like a toad, disgusting Catherine to death. It's really too noisy." Su Tang couldn't help but reach out and forcefully peeled off the mud mask from the corner of the other's chin, saying, "Go look at yourself in the mirror." Catherine, half doubting, walked to the bronze mirror, tilted her chin and looked in amazement at herself in the mirror. The fair skin she had sought after dreamingly for most of her life had actually really been achieved. Su Tang glanced with distaste. She genuinely thought that light brown skin still suited Catherine better. That bold, wild look. Now all personal characteristics were lost. Catherine turned around ecstatic with joy, only to find the other had already fallen asleep. For once, she didn't rush over to grab Su Tang by the collar, but stood quietly by the bed watching. Another scheme forming in her mind. She suddenly didn't want the Empire's twin stars anymore, but wanted Su Tang instead. The thing she cared about most in this life was her own appearance. Mere males were nothing compared to her face. Since Su Tang could help her turn brown skin into white skin, she must also be able to fix other facial flaws. If I could keep the other party trapped in the palace all the time, it would be best to make her my exclusive bathing and grooming maid. Although the Central Star has always strictly prohibited females from being enslaved, as long as the temptation is sufficient, she believes the other party will willingly stay. Su Tang slept until noon. She was a little hungry. Suddenly, she caught the scent of aromatic lizard and saw Catherine sitting in the great hall. In front of her was a spread of colorful and varied dishes. Seeing her arrive, Catherine gently waved her hand. "You're awake, you slept for so long. You must be hungry. Come over quickly and eat." An idiom immediately flashed through Su Tang's mind. What is the weasel doing paying New Year's greetings to the chicken? All of these are prepared for you, to thank you for whitening my skin. No need, as long as you can keep your promise. Catherine gently curled her lips into a smile. Of course, from now on, I won't pester the Gemini anymore. You helped me. I must reward you. Tell me, what do you want? Gold, silver, and jewels. Su Tang shook her head. The living allowance issued by the Empire's Female Protection Agency. She can't even use it all. She isn't short of money at all. Rare and exotic plants. Su Tang shook her head again. She was originally very interested, but after entering the Scientific Research Institute, she discovered that the rare plants and magical potions stored inside are enough for her to study for a lifetime. Catherine saw that these worldly possessions could not move her, gritted my teeth and decided to part with what I love. The male troops in my harem. Take a look and see which one you like. Pick anyone and I'll give it to you. Su Tang heard this. A mouthful of beast's milk nearly sprayed out. No need, no need. Catherine is getting a bit anxious. The opponent is invulnerable to swords and spears. No oil or salt can get in. Must she really use pheromones to force her? But she did not want to damage Su Tang's brain. Still going to use it for your own beauty treatment? What exactly do you want? If possible, let me go right now. Go, I have to go to work now. Don't even think about it, she just doesn't believe. There isn't something that can control Su Tang. At this moment, a guard suddenly ran in from outside the door, whispered a few words into her ear. Catherine laughed proudly after hearing it. Good Su Tang. You go, but you left. The Gemini twins will have to stay behind. What does it mean? Su Tang's expression turned stern. Catherine, you promised me to become. After this, I won't make things difficult for them anymore. Go back on one's word. You must not wrong this palace. Look at it yourself. As he spoke, he turned on the light brain, threw it to Su Tang. Above the royal decree, Fred and Enzo forcefully broke into the Imperial Palace, heavily wounded hundreds of Imperial guards, issue an emergency arrest warrant, forcing entry into the Imperial Palace. How could this be? Could it be that they know they have been taken away by the princess? She immediately pulled out her light brain. Sure enough, there were dozens of missed calls. It's all my fault for oversleeping. She did not spread the news that she had been captured by the princess. Tell them. It's just that I'm afraid they might act on impulse. Do something irreparable. Su Tang regretfully clenched the optical brain Z. It's truly touching. The Gemini twins would even rebel for your sake. I'll just throw away a fortune then. Now you still dare to openly oppose the royal family? They did swear an oath back then. Will forever be loyal to the sovereign and love the country. It shows how much I love you. Those who forced their way into the Imperial Palace and severely injure the Imperial Guards. But it carries a sentence of more than 5 years of fixed-term imprisonment. But wanting to save them is very simple. It's just a matter of me saying a word. Really, Su Tang raised her head. But you have to agree to one condition of mine first. You stay in the Imperial Palace to be my maid, specialized in taking care of my beauty. From now on, wealth and honor will never be lacking for you. Perhaps Su Tang refused without even thinking. Are you sure? Catherine gritted her teeth and threatened. Refusing would be like sending Gemini to prison. Su Tang remained silent. Did not pay any attention to him. When the person came, just as Catherine was calling for someone, Su Tang interrupted. Wait, I've figured it out. Catherine Chow. She revealed a confident smile of determination. Su Tang slowly nodded. I've thought it through, but I'm not agreeing to this condition. But can help you with another favor. I can help your crown prince brother regain his human form. What? Catherine was taken aback. Immediately, a sky-shaking burst of laughter erupted. Are you kidding me? Haven't heard the story of the crown prince last night. Tang was, if it is due to a mental breakdown caused by genetic mutation, reduced to a beast. Then if the artificially modified genes, returning to normal once again, will he then be able to regain his human form? Is this condition enough? Of course, Catherine laughed so hard she had to hold onto the table. It is you who can cure the crown prince brother. Don't even mention releasing the Gemini. Even if it means taking half of this imperial city, the Empress Dowager would not hesitate to hand it over without a second thought. But I'm afraid you probably don't know. All S-class females in Central Star have been tried. But not a single case was successful. You, this female who doesn't even have pheromones. Where did the confidence come from? That's none of your business. I have my own way. Let go of Fred and Enzo first. Okay, Catherine decided to step back for now. Su Tang simply can't do it. Wait until the other party hits the wall and still refuses to stay. It's not too late to capture the Gemini twins again. Don't say I didn't warn you. My elder brother now hates females. Be careful, you might get eaten up as soon as you go in. Those S-class females that Her Majesty the Queen Mother invited before. Everyone is disliked by the royal brother for having an unpleasant pheromone smell. They were all roared away before they even got in. Not to mention Su Tang. After returning to the room, Su Tang combined the information, summarized a 4-step animal training method. The first step in taming a beast. First, you must overcome the fear within. So he mustered up his courage. I walked back into the place I had fled in panic yesterday. At this moment, deep within the eastern palace inside the vast, dark iron cage, the lion's ears twitched slightly. The brows were tightly whereupon together. Who is it again, disturbing his peace? He suddenly opened his eyes, seeing a small female dressed in a velvet skirt stood before me. Her dark, charming curls were half pinned up and half cascading down, simply breathtakingly beautiful. Just like the fairies I saw when I was a child. Like a fairy in the picture. But after clearly seeing who had come, he angrily let out another roar. Isn't she the cowardly female who insulted him yesterday, thinking that just by changing clothes he wouldn't recognize you? How dare you still come? Still dare to impersonate his favorite fairy? Su Tang's legs trembled a bit from the earth-shaking roar. But still, he kept cheering himself up in his heart. The second step in animal training begins with sight and taste. Let him get to know and become familiar with himself visually. She dressed up as the crown prince's once favorite painting. The appearance of the woman in the painting Judging from the reaction, it must have successfully stirred up a few memories. Su Tang Tang slowly approached the black iron prison cage, reached out a hand tentatively inside. Hey, come over, don't be afraid. I am not here to harm you. Here to save you. The lion thought a single roar would be enough to scare the other away. I didn't expect Su Tang Tang not only didn't run away. Bold as brass, he reached his hand into the cage. Are you planning to use your body to feed him to death? The lion slowly rises. He walked over with a fierce gaze, prepared to tear off the opponent's arm in a bloody manner. At this moment, a fragrance of peony flowers drifted into the nose. He was lost in thought for a moment, falling into memories again. During the time when I was locked in the laboratory and couldn't see the light of day. Every day facing the cold, impersonal syringe. When facing a brutal and cruel enemy. His only thought. It's just myself. The peony flowers personally planted in the Imperial Palace garden. Let it ignite the hope of life whenever he thinks of it. But when I came back, found that all the flowers have withered. And he has turned into a beast. Everything can never go back to how it was. Su Tang Tang saw that the other party actually stopped in their tracks. No offense intended. A delight in the heart. Opened the cage. The lion came back to his senses again. Then I discovered this little female who doesn't know the immensity of heaven and earth. He actually stepped into his cage. Looking for death, don't think he doesn't know. The other party is wearing his favorite fairy costume, sprayed his favorite perfume scent. It was deliberately meant to lure him into letting his guard down. Actually, he definitely hid a laser gun specifically designed to deal with wild beasts. Want to take advantage of your lowered guard. Another shot to take down and take away. Exactly the same as those cruel enemies. The lion's recently soothed emotions spiraled out of control once again. Surging with imposing momentum, he pounced over. Su Tang Tang knows. Rashly entering a lion's territory is extremely dangerous. But I didn't expect that reaction to be so intense. She simply didn't have time to pull out the laser gun. Only instinctively reached out to push when being pounced on. The lion immediately trembled all over. Let go of him. Retreat several meters. Eyes filled with fury. Unexpectedly, a rare hint of embarrassment surfaced. It's simply a shameless little female. Right from the start, they actually stroked the male's nape. Su Tang Tang originally thought she was going to suffer a misfortune. But he didn't expect the lion to quickly retract and bounce back to the corner. It just occurred to me that the napes of the orcs here are all very sensitive. Su Tang Tang awkwardly scratched his head. You didn't put on a screen protector? Just as expected. The lion roared at her again. What does it mean? Could it be that I am seducing you? Su Tang Tang quickly got up from the ground. Apologized to him. Don't get the wrong idea. I have no ill will towards you. Just want to be friends with you. The words had barely left his mouth. Click. The laser gun on the body fell to the ground. The lion lowered its head to look. The air instantly fell into a deathly silence. After a long while, Su Tang Tang finally stammered out an awkward laugh. If I say this is to protect you, do you believe in the saying that things should not happen more than 3 times? This is already the 3rd time the lion has roared at her. If we don't leave soon, we might really get eaten. But Su Tang Tang still held onto a glimmer of hope, wanting to try again. Once your eyes are so beautiful, like a sapphire. And it seems a bit different from others. The lion saw her trying to approach, originally intended to swat it away with one paw. But when he saw the gradually enlarging girl's face, suddenly frozen in place, she truly is even more beautiful than the fairy in the painting by a few degrees. Su Tang Tang reached out in surprise, swung it before the eyes. Is this the double pupil that Catherine was talking about? Hearing the other party's tone of admiration, the lion slightly raises its head. Pride naturally wells up in the depths of the eyes. A little female who has never seen the world. Are you captivated by his magical and powerful double pupils? But the next second, Su Tang Tang suddenly furrowed his brows. A face full of worry. You are in modern medicine. It is a manifestation of early-stage cataracts. Intervention treatment must be initiated as early as possible. No surprise, shouted at again. This time the noise was so loud that it directly shook Su Tang Tang out. She was born with the power of double pupils, can be smashed to pieces and dismembered. Rising immortal waves from the ground, actually being told it's early-stage cataracts. Ignorant females simply deserve to die. The Su Tang Tang that was impacted outside the Eastern Palace directly fell into Huarong's arms. Huarong looked worried. Tang Tang, are you okay? Nothing, I think the second step seems to have already succeeded. This big lion definitely remembered her. Moreover, the temperament is nothing like the irritable one Catherine described. Just a bit fond of yelling at people, that's all. Really, Tongdong? You are so awesome. I knew you could do it. Su Tang Tang can feel it. This outfit has played no small role. At least it didn't make the lion want to kill right from the start. This is still thanks to the information provided to her by Huarong. Still, I must thank you very much. Helped me find a lot of things and information. Then do you want to go to my palace to celebrate? Huarong carefully invited her. Su Tang Tang agreed without hesitation. Maybe Huarong will be happy, turning into a giant panda for her to pet again. On the other side, ever since Su Tang Tang entered the Eastern Palace, Catherine sent someone to wait outside, starting to time it just right to get in. She believes it won't take more than a minute. Su Tang Tang would be so scared that he would run out with his pants soiled. But a minute passed. 5 minutes have passed. 10 minutes have passed. Even half an hour has passed. Su Tang Tang has not come out yet. Catherine finally couldn't sit still anymore. Go in and take a look quickly. She must have been eaten by the emperor brother. Catherine was just about to rush out. Then a guard came to report, Your Highness, I have urgent news. Su Tang Tang is out. Not a hair out of place. Currently, His Majesty has gone to the Changqian Palace. What? She actually managed to stay alone with the emperor brother for so long. No matter how high the rank of the female was in the past, none of them stayed inside for more than 1 minute. What exactly happened? Your subordinate does not know. Only heard for warning shouts from outside. Catherine laughed. Rarely have I seen the royal brother so angry. It seems Su Tang Tang is just barely holding on inside, just stalling for time. It won't be long before they give up. The Eastern Palace is quiet in the dead of night. The lion, lying dormant in the enormous cage, dreamed again. It dreamed of that reckless little female, coming close to him again. It suddenly opened its eyes. But before my eyes, there is only endless darkness and loneliness. Nothing at all. Exactly the same as usual. The voice of Su Tang Tang echoes in my mind. I have no ill intentions towards you. Just wanted to come in and make friends with you. He suddenly shook his head vigorously. Scammer. No one would be willing to be friends with a beast. Tomorrow she won't come. Unexpectedly, Su Tang Tang came again the next day. He is greeting him with great vitality. Why is she here again? Trying to take the chance to knock him down again? But that laser gun specifically designed to attack beasts. She didn't bring it today. Su Tang Tang directly opened the cage and walked in. Her lock-picking movements are really getting more and more skillful. Is he treating his territory as his own home? The third step in animal taming. To make a beast truly submit to you, first, we must provide him with food. Su Tang Tang spread out her palm. She handed 2 marshmallows over to him. You eat sugar. The lion lowered its head to examine those 2 white pieces. The strange thing wrapped in powder. Do you really think he doesn't know sugar? It doesn't look like that at all. This should be drugs, right? It turns out she didn't bring the laser gun. It was replaced with poison. Su Tang Tang saw the doubt and ferocity in his eyes. Somewhat helplessly, I unwrapped one. Took a bite. He directly stuffed the remaining half-piece into his mouth. The lion was suddenly startled by her actions. Slightly flushed face. Swallow it down at once is not. Spit it out or not. She actually gave me something she had already eaten. Put it in his mouth. Only between partners can do it. She truly has no sense of shame. Wait, why is this piece of candy so soft and so sweet? Better than any piece he had ever eaten before. It's 100 times more delicious. He unconsciously started chewing. Su Tang Tang felt this scene was somewhat adorable. Ate my candy. That's my good friend. From now on, I'll call you little golden retriever. What lion quickly raises its head, glaring at her angrily? Su Tang Tang held back her laughter. Then it's the big golden retriever. Cannot change it anymore. Boldly, you really treat him like a dog. He is the Lion King who rules over all the people. He was about to yell at Su Tang Tang again just now. Open another marshmallow. Blocked his mouth. All right, there's nothing left. I'm leaving first. What? She's leaving already. The lion had no time to react. I just saw Su Tang Tang turn around and leave the cage, slightly stunned. Yesterday he wasn't trying to hit on me the whole time. Were you roared at a full 4 times before leaving? Today he did not yell. The other party also agreed to be friends with him. Why did you leave so quickly? The lion somewhat helplessly lowered its massive head. The soft cotton candy in my mouth had lost its flavor. Fortunately, the little female came again in the afternoon. But this time, she actually held in her hand the iron chain he hated the most. The lion saw that hard and cold chain, as if something was stirred up. Painful memories like. All the hair on the body stood on end. Don't be afraid, this isn't used to tie you up. I'm here today to take you out. Impossible, he will never be able to get out. In the past, he is the most noble crown prince in the royal family. And now it is just a mentally broken beast. He hates the outside. Disgusted by the light. Disgusted with all people. Hate myself even more. He will for a lifetime. Still staying in this pitch-black cage. Until death. Su Tang Tang knew it. Getting the lion out of here is not that simple. He then resorted to the tactic of provocation. You called me a big golden retriever this morning, didn't you? Very dissatisfied? Then I'll give you a chance for revenge. Going out to compete in a bit. If you win, use this chain to tie me up. I'll bark like a dog for you. Even the lion dares not imagine that scene. The ears have become burning hot. Central Star has always been female-dominated and male-subordinate. Only females have the right to play with males. What special kind of kink is she playing at with this? If you lose, just obediently crawl in and call for me. Sure enough, but to deal with her, a mere weak female. How could he possibly lose? See its disdain. Su Tang leaned in slightly. Then let's go out and compare. No, it's a trap. The lion turned its head to the left. How come you don't dare? Afraid of losing and having to bark like a dog is embarrassing. Your courage is really too small. Still the Lion King. I think it's just a cowardly golden retriever. One lion and one person just stood off like this for 5 minutes. Suddenly, Su Tang Tang tightly hugged its furry big head. Believe me, I will take you away from here. Will not be hurt by anyone anymore. In that instant, the crown prince's heart trembled violently. No one has ever said such things to him before. In a world filled with bloodshed and slaughter. In the cold, icy laboratory. It seems even the gods cannot save him. But now a little female said to him. He looks so fragile. Smile with eyes. Yet it is firm as if containing immense power. As if guided by ghosts and gods, he slowly got up. Su Tang Tang saw him softening a bit. Quickly laid the chain in hand on the ground. If you are afraid, just don't look outside. Just look at this iron chain. Follow it section by section. Search for the end with me. The little female used the chains that once bound and restrained him. Paved into a road. And she smiled warmly and waved at him from ahead. It's as if everyone in the world would betray and hurt him. Only she would not. The lion tentatively spread its broad, thick paws, walking up that long iron chain. Every step taken, it seems to carry the pain one suffered. All of them have been trampled underfoot. In my ears, there is only the gentle and pleasant encouragement of the little female. Finally, after more than 10 years, he walked out of the Eastern Palace for the first time. The group of imperial guards outside were all dumbfounded. Huarong saw this scene, excitedly running over. Tang Tang did it. Really did it. She actually used only 2 short days. Just take so many years. The crown prince, who is unwilling to take a single step out of the Eastern Palace, brought out. She really is a fairy, isn't she? As described in the painting. The ability to redeem every person. General Yajalindi has just fallen. The enemy forces couldn't wait to invade the planet. Conflicts and disturbances are unceasing. Things will happen. The war swallowed the Central Star in one gulp. At this moment, if the Emperor brother returns to normal on the planet, then there will be another male with SS-level combat power. Peace can be sustained. She is saving not just the Imperial brother alone. It is also the tens of thousands of billions of citizens on the Central Star. Huarong bowed to Lord Changyin. But the other party had no reaction at all. Just staring straight at the side. The little female was afraid of the big lion and ran outside. Will be very unaccustomed. Want to escape back again. Su Tang Tang quickly shifted her attention. Step 3 of animal taming. The winner takes all. to make a beast truly submit to you. It's about to be fully implemented in all aspects. Strength crushes him. Make him willingly and sincerely acknowledge you as king. The big golden retriever is most proud of. It should be a pair of naturally occurring double pupils. Start from here. Big golden retriever. We agreed to start the competition at the back mountain. Let's go. The lion's eyes reveal resistance. He does not want to compete with her. Because he will definitely win. If you win, you have to chain her up. You're afraid to lose and don't dare to compete, huh? Alright then, let's go. Do not be provoked no matter how she uses the tactic of goading. Unmoved at all. The lion heard about the reaction suddenly became intense. Even still unconsciously used the double pupil power on Huarong. He forced him to spit out a mouthful of blood. Su Tang was startled. Quickly ran over to support Huarong. Are you okay? Huarong shook his head with difficulty. Why is your majesty so angry upon hearing Tang call you that? Could it be that during the process of being tamed I developed feelings for Tang? Big golden retriever, what are you doing? Fluffy is your emperor. Scolded by the little female. The lion somewhat bewilderedly lowered its head. He also didn't know why the double pupils suddenly opened. Just heard her calling, going to go play with Huarong together. From the depths of the heart, an uncontrollable fire of jealousy surges forth. Want Huarong to disappear from sight. Furry, you're injured. Go see a doctor first. It's nothing serious. Huarong waved his hand. He wants to be with her. Seeing Huarong so stubborn, Su Tang angrily grabbed the lion's ear. Walk towards the back of the mountain. Since a mistake has been made, you will obediently accept punishment. I don't care whether you're willing today or not. That's fine, let's go this time. The big lion swished its tail. Be good and follow along. The imperial guards who witnessed this scene were all stunned. A female. How dare you have the audacity to pull the crown prince's ear? Moreover, the crown prince shows no signs of any intention to resist. Could it be that they've given the crown prince some kind of love potion? Deep within the bamboo peaks, Su Tang picked up a bamboo pole. Under the flag, I announced the first competition event is hide and seek. Later, I will hide in a certain corner of Jufeng. Big golden retriever starts searching. If you can't find it within 10 minutes, it's considered a failure. The referee is Huarong turned on the timer. Nodded. Su Tang nervously rubbed his hands together. The lion, however, leisurely lay down, playing with the hem of her skirt by swishing its tail. As if this game is simple and boring to him. No matter where she hides, he will find it at the first moment. Because he possesses the sharpest eyes in this world. Unfortunately, the little female knows nothing about his double pupil power. He chose a project he was most skilled at. Really not smart enough. Su Tang saw through his thoughts. So arrogant. Be careful, you might get slapped in the face later. As Huarong's starting gesture fell, Su Tang immediately started running down the mountain. The lion's gaze followed her all along. I just think that little female is so cute. Unaccountably, it somewhat ignited his innate hunting desire ingrained in his bones. Seeing the little female crawl into a clump of bushes, it unintentionally revealed a section of the skirt. Just this, he smiled. Get up and rush over right away. Su Tang crawled into the bushes. He took out a bottle of potion from his body. It was during the time on Blue Fantasy Island. Medina gave her void essence. Just one drop can make you invisible for half an hour. The lion is charging over with great enthusiasm. Halfway through the run, I suddenly realized the little female had disappeared. He suspected that his eyes were playing tricks on him. Blinked and still didn't see it. In an instant, panicked and flustered, he rushed over. Dug that bush upside down. Emergency activation of the double pupils has been initiated again. Looking around. Yet still, there is no sign of her. Where did his little female go? He started to worry, spinning around anxiously in place, still looking up to the sky and letting out a few long roars. It seems to be calling her. Or perhaps warn those who are hiding in the shadows causing trouble. Those who attempt to harm him. Su Tang, trying so hard not to laugh next to him that my stomach is about to hurt. Isn't he very proud? Self-proclaimed to possess the innate power of double pupils. Can you find anything? Why can't I find her? She stretched out both hands. At once, he pinched the male lion's to round ears. Who the lion shudders all over. Alertly looking around. But can't see anything. Under the heavens. How could anything evade his double pupils? Su Tang rubbed his head again. The dignity of the Lion King has been offended. Just about to bare teeth in anger. I immediately caught a whiff of the familiar scent of peony. It's the scent on the little female. Su Tang squatted beside him. Cough lightly. Big golden retriever, aren't you supposed to be really tough? Why can't you find me? It's really a little female. She didn't encounter any danger. Right by his side. But why can't he see her? Because I've become invisible. Su Tang curled her lips, wantonly trampling on his fluffy mane. She actually knows how to become invisible. Too awesome. How about it? Do you admit defeat or not? Su Tang picked up his head. Although I can't see her. But the lion can feel her. Warm breath sprays on the side of the face. Couldn't help but swallow a mouthful of saliva. He conceded defeat. See the lion nod. Su Tang happily withdrew her hand. Erased the void essence, revealing a human form. Seeing this, the lion was not pleased. Why doesn't she go invisible? Just don't touch him then. 10-minute time limit reached. Huarong ran down from the hillside. Just saw the huge body of the male lion lying on its back. Limbs facing the sky. It seems like acting coquettishly towards Tang. It's like warmly inviting her to touch the belly. It seems his guess was correct. Brother has truly fallen for Tang. Huarong's eyes rarely flashed, with a trace of red mark. Still have the urge to tell the emperor brother. Tang only regarded him as the cruel thought of a beast. The lion rolls over and over in a warm and enthusiastic invitation, but was interpreted by Su Tang as being a sore loser and acting shamelessly. So I gently tapped his paw with a bamboo pole. Rise up. Big golden retriever, no cheating allowed. You lost the first round of the competition. The second round is about to start. That is also your strong suit. How can that slow little female compare with him at her sluggish pace? He could shake her off without a trace in an instant. The lion immediately stood up with great vigor. The deep blue eyes looked at him with some anticipation. If I win, can she touch his belly? Su Tang looked at the anticipation in his eyes. You want to win? Want to get a reward from me? The lion immediately nodded. Sure, but before the match begins, you need to squat down first. The lion does not quite understand, but still did as told. The next second, Su Tang leaped up, riding on his back. The lion immediately discerned her intention. She wants to use his speed to win this match. He should have thrown her down. But he is completely unwilling to part with it. So he watched helplessly as Su Tang is right before the finish line, leaping down from his back. Won first place. Next, the third round of the competition begins. Hunting prey is for the birds. For the sake of fairness, neither side is allowed to use tools. Especially you keep your double pupils well hidden. A land animal like him cannot use the power of double pupils, nor did Wings capture the little bird. But he lost the first 2 rounds, that's all. Hunting is the instinct of fierce beasts, the basic way of life and survival. If even the prey cannot be found, the little female will look down on him. The lion charged towards the hilltop as soon as it started running. Su Tang is somewhat amusing. Big golden retriever is silly. Even such unreasonable demands are agreed to. At this moment, a sound of grass being crushed came through. Su Tang turned her face and saw Huarong. I don't know when it turned into bestiality. The whole panda looks like a round glutinous rice ball. It's simply going to melt people with cuteness. Wrong, how did you turn into a panda? Because he just saw Tong riding on the emperor brother's body, holding him tightly inside. Heartache is overwhelming. Want her eyes and heart to have only him. That's why they turned into beast forms to vie for favor. Tang won't mind him being jealous and fighting for attention, will she? But Huarong was completely overthinking it. Su Tang held it. Intimately kneaded and shaped, rubbing back and forth. Wrong, you are so adorable. The lion toiled for a long time but caught nothing. Head down and dejected, walking back. Just saw the little female by her side, surrounding the blushing Huarong, with a group of little birds flying back and forth. How did she catch the little bird? They can still obediently stand by their side without flying away. Su Tang looked at it smugly. Because she cheated again. Wrong has been cultivating at Jufeng for a long time. Besides, I am very familiar with many small birds. Just wave your hand. They naturally flew over. How did you lose all 3 rounds? And they are all projects you are good at. Are you convinced? Now, the lion bows down. She lowered her noble head towards her. Losing to her, he is genuinely convinced and accepts defeat wholeheartedly. From now on, whatever I say, you must listen. Cannot resist. Su Tang Tang took the iron chain from the side. The lion nodded. Su Tang Tang leaned slightly closer to his ear. Tone of voice is evil. Asked, can I tie you up now? Like tying a dog. The lion lowered its noble head towards her. Can you hear that familiar sound of metal clanging? The painful memory engraved in the bones. Let his limbs tremble with involuntary fear. Want to take a bite and crush her. Lifted the leg and ran. But he cannot, since I lost the match myself. Just have to obediently listen to her words. Seeing its stiff figure. Clearly, the agony of having one's self-esteem trampled upon. Scared in the heart. Yet insist on forcing oneself to hold on. Big golden retriever is really adorably silly. Su Tang Tang threw the iron chain away with a toss, gently stroking the lion's mane. I wouldn't bear to part with it. Can't bear to part. 3 words heavily struck its heart. The lion stared straight at her. I don't know when. A sense of inexplicable, famous mood. So now he finally knows what that was. He likes her. On the other side of Bamboo Peak, Catherine frequently glances at her wristwatch, waiting anxiously. He thought Su Tang Tang would definitely cry out and obediently admit defeat. But never expected, the other party actually managed to bring the crown prince out of the Eastern Palace. Catherine couldn't believe it. Want to see it with my own eyes. But she arrived at Bamboo Peak. Just about to go in when. But was repelled by a powerful restriction. It is Hwoarang's restraining technique. It's strange to say. As an ordinary first-level male, Hwoarang's only advantage is that he knows how to use forbidden techniques. Although the scope of impact is not extensive. But guarding a royal city is more than enough. This is also why the Queen Mother among all the royal brothers, the fundamental reason for choosing Hwoarang as the puppet king. According to records, restraint techniques are clearly only for those with high combat power levels. Only an extremely rare type of male would use it. For example, the last one used was still General Yajalandi. His restraint technique is sufficient to protect the entire central star. The 3 of them entered Jufeng. Why impose a ban? Circle it and wait until it gets dark. The ban has finally been lifted. Only then did someone's shadow descend from the mountaintop. Catherine immediately stood up. But I saw Su Tang Tang actually, riding on the Emperor brother's body. The most esteemed crown prince in the palace, S-level combat power male, became Su Tang Tang's exclusive mount. It is simply trampling the dignity of the royal family underfoot. Catherine is furious. Rush over and pull Su Tang Tang down. But not yet close. Just see the heavy pupils of the male lion faintly glowing, erupting with suppression and warning. Catherine suddenly felt a bit short of breath. Imperial brother actually used the power of the pupils against me, his own sister. All for the sake of Su Tang Tang. Arrived at the East Palace Gate. The lion slightly lowers its body. Put down the little female Su Tang Tang. He rewardingly patted his head. Like touching a dog. No dignity to speak of. And beside them, Hwoarang's expression actually looked somewhat jealous. She also leaned her head over to ask her to pet it. Catherine was completely dumbfounded. What kind of bewitching potion did she give them all? Su Tang Tang knew what Catherine was going to say. Directly used a piece of candy to block the other's mouth. Didn't we agree to help your royal brother restore his human form? I am currently carrying out the first step. Wait another couple of days and we should be able to bring him into the lab. Catherine's words abruptly stopped. What kind of candy is this? How could it be so delicious? And her angry emotions gradually calmed down. Think about the Empire twin stars whitening. The cold-hearted Emperor brother was completely won over by her. Su Tang Tang's words have all come true one by one. Catherine dare not think. If your majesty has truly regained human form, how happy would the Queen Mother be? How prosperous and flourishing will the future of the royal family be? Princess, should we release the news that His Imperial Highness, the Crown Prince, has left the Eastern Palace? Reporting to the Queen. Catherine thought for a moment, shook his head. Observe a bit more. What if everything is just an illusion? It will only make the Empress Dowager disappointed and heartbroken for nothing. The next few days, Su Tang Tang tried all sorts of tricks to make the big golden retriever happy. The lion has never been so happy before. The whole person seems to be bathed in happiness. At night, the lion lies in its cage, holding tightly the golden-haired, plush toy that the little female gave him, smelling the scent that belongs exclusively to her on it, thinking of her every smile and frown during the day. So excited that I can't sleep at all. Finally managed to fall asleep. Even in my dreams, it's all about her. He did it again, just like the first time he saw her. Exactly the same dream. But this time, the scene was completely different. Let him wake up. The head was buried in the body in shame. The sky was just beginning to lighten. The lion opens its eyes, looking up and gazing outside, patiently waiting. Now, what keeps him alive every day is... That's what the little female said. Tomorrow I will come again. It has been almost 10 days since entering the palace. Su Tang Tang broke. Counting on fingers, Lanlin about to wake up. Must go back once. So early in the morning, she went to find Catherine. Catherine thought for a moment and agreed. But you have to bring something first. This is an electronic bracelet forged from dark iron. It is the hardest metal in the world. No password. No one and nothing can open it. It can track and locate you in real time. There is also a disciplinary function. If you don't come back within 2 hours, it will instantly release a voltage of over 1000 volts. Make your soul fly and scatter. Turn to ashes. Su Tang Tang hehed. Can't be bothered to waste words on her. Just want to go home early and hug her little sweetheart. Su Tang Tang. The aircraft quickly arrive at the Jukong Villa area. Pushing open the door, I found it completely silent inside. Lanlin hasn't woken up yet? Shouldn't be like this. He carefully walked up to the second floor, preparing to check the situation. Yet, I never expected that as soon as I stepped inside. Scared so much that my legs instantly went weak. So big a white tiger. This is Lanlin, it's not scientific. Just 10 days apart. How come it's grown so big? Originally thought to come back and make him a bottle of milk. Play for a while. But now it seems better to call the Animal Protection Agency directly, so as not to wake him up. Hungry and starving. Just right to swallow oneself in one gulp. Thinking this way, Su Tang Tang was just about to dial the optical brain. Suddenly, I saw a strange scene. Scared so badly that I directly threw the light brain on the ground. The white tiger sleeping around, faintly emitting a red glow. The light grows from weak to strong. So strong it stabs the eyes. Suddenly transformed into human form. Su Tang Tang opened her mouth wide in disbelief. No wonder they used to tease Lanlin when she was little. It's so unconvinced. She knows she shouldn't turn her face away again. But I just couldn't control my own gaze at all. Because the physique of a man is truly too perfect. Just like in ancient Greek mythology. The divine sculpture worshipped with reverence. Su Tang Tang couldn't quite see it. King Bian tiptoed over. When I saw that flawless, handsome, heavenly face, shocked to the point where my jaw almost dropped. This familiar face. Isn't it just that for half of month light has been everywhere? Mourned repeatedly by countless citizens of the Central Star. General Aslandi? She should have thought of it long ago. Just like Fred and Enzo said. How can the white tiger be ordinary? The little female's warm breath evenly spray on the man's face. Let his dark, dense eyelashes tremble gently. As if being awakened opened the eyes. Unintentionally met those ruby-like eyes. In an instant, I was stunned. It's just too beautiful. The man's gaze is sharp and coldly beautiful, slanting with a hint of flame-like defiance. At this moment, he was being scrutinized up close. Su Tang Tang was just about to speak. The man grabbed her wrist, pulled into the embrace. Su Tang Tang pressed her hands against his chest, petting fluffy things every day. This explosion touched upon hard yet resilient muscles. Feels incredibly awesome. Little female, do you want me? Yajalandi's mouth corners slightly curved up. A hint of a teasing arc emerges. Su Tang Tang immediately had 3 question marks pop up above her head. It has turned into 3 exclamation marks again. She hurriedly denied the misunderstanding. This is absolutely a misunderstanding. Lanlin, you listen to me slowly. The man, however, gave a light laugh. I am Duke L of the Central Empire family. General Yajalandi. The lustful little female. You can call me Admiral. Or perhaps Brother God of War. Or perhaps change to another title. War God Brother. Su Tang Tang's mouth twitched. Lanlin, I can't tell you're actually quite full of yourself. What did he just call her? Horny little female. He was picked up by her own hands. Fed so many times already. Accompanied so many times to play. Already acknowledged oneself as the master. How is it now? Su Tang Tang looked at the man with some suspicion. Lanlin is not right. General, have you lost your memory? Of course not. That's good. Su Tang Tang let out a long sigh. Otherwise, she will definitely be stuck with this blame. Then what do you remember? I was ambushed while slaying the leader of Planet X. Falling into the interstellar garden. Picked up by a little female like you. Hidden here for as long as 20 days. The man finished speaking. He also cast a meaningful glance at Su Tang Tang. Su Tang Tang, however, was left utterly speechless. Indeed, there is no memory loss. This is a direct alteration of memory. Su Tang Tang quietly reached over to the optical brain, just about to call Fred and Enzo. Didn't expect the next second. Was directly thrown downstairs by the other party. With a clang, hearing the sound of the light, brain shattering into pieces, Su Tang Tang's heartache is beyond measure. Yajalindi looked at him as if nothing had happened. Who do you want to call? No one could withstand that man's sharp, penetrating gaze. Still confessed. It's just your two little fans. If they knew you were still alive, we'll definitely be very happy. Actually, Su Tang Tang wanted to tip someone off. She seems to have been framed in a scam. Yajalindi heard the fan suddenly turn gloomy. Step by step, Su Tang Tang is forced into a corner. Su Tang Tang saw the man getting closer and closer. Turn around and run. But was grabbed by the other party's hand on the wrist. Pressed against the wall. Little female, I don't like you mentioning others in front of me. Male is good. But I am not called little female. My name is Su Tang Tang. After she finished introducing, the man directly repeated her surname. So, don't like you calling me general either. Didn't you just ask me to choose? But you chose the one I disliked the most. Do I have to call him Brother God of War? Su Tang Tang's eyebrows twitched. That's a bit too mushy, isn't it? I want you to call the third one. Didn't you just give two options? There is still one more. Yajalindi suddenly lowered her head and leaned close to her ear. The male soldier Su Tang Tang's eyes instantly widened. This isn't too good, is it? Husband seems to be a term for calling a partner. Susu has been with me for so long. Still marked. Do I not wish? Are you willing to take responsibility? I said there is a misunderstanding between us. What is this? Suddenly touched something cold and hard. Yajalindi frowned in displeasure. This is an electronic bracelet. So amazing. The entire body is made of black iron. Su Tang Tang hadn't finished speaking yet. Yajalindi then disdainfully pinched it with 2 fingers. Then the electronic bracelet shattered. Su Tang Tang was stunned, shocked to the point of being speechless. The new arsenal of weapons from the central authorities mentioned by the princess. The hardest thing in the world. It can instantly release 1,000 volts of electricity. No password. An electronic hatch that no one can open, burning at Lanlin's fingertips. Just like cigarette ash. Effortlessly flicked it away. This is a transformation into an SS-level combat power. Is the male galaxy war god powerful? What misunderstanding? Aslandy continues to lower her head. Serious interrogation. Su Tang Tang's state of mind suddenly changed. Since the opponent can crush black iron in 1 second, the speed at which you twist off your own head must be even faster. So he quickly changed his words. No misunderstanding at all. There still needs to be spiritual resonance between partners. Otherwise, it would be too hasty. You say that those who understand the times are the outstanding ones. Su Tang Tang had to swallow the broken teeth and keep the pain to himself. She reluctantly admitted to the charge of having her chastity ruined. Yajalindi seems to be pondering something. Indeed, I was too impatient myself. Neglected the courtship process. Thinking this, he let go of the little female. Su Tang Tang subconsciously rubbed her wrist. Yet I discovered that my wrist did not hurt. The spot that just got rubbed by the electronic restraint. Not only is there no red mark. On the contrary, it's somewhat comfortable. It was the other party who was crushing the handcuffs. Did you use your combat power to heal yourself while at it? Su Tang Tang's eyes gleamed slightly. For a moment, I felt. The man in front is still that considerate little tiger. Just lost the memory. The personality is also a bit different. Yajalindi glanced around the surroundings. So young and you're already living in this birdcage. The damage to her is very great. The insult is also extremely strong. Su Tangtang doesn't understand. Why did each of them enter her house? Still have to complain about the house being small. This is a 4-story, super large villa. On Earth, it starts at least at tens of millions. Their interstellar lifespan is just too extravagant. Small is bit small. But the birdcage is also too much, isn't it? You have indeed lived here happily for nearly a month. Yajalindi's seductive lips, looking at Su Tangtang with meaningful intent. It's quite pleasant. Su Tangtang's forehead twitched. How on earth can I make him believe? Do they really have nothing at all? Want to take a look at my mansion? Su Tangtang hesitated for a moment. Feels like the other party is deliberately showing off. After all, rumors about Glentsmore Manor. More luxurious than the Imperial Palace. Sure. But are you sure you want to go back dressed like that? Do you know the size for ordering clothes for me best? The optical brain had long been smashed by the other party. Su Tangtang can only get a little honey to order men's clothing on top. I never expected the man to be staring at her quietly the whole time, without even blinking an eye. This look. It couldn't help but make Su Tangtang think of. He was a little tiger. Subconsciously asked, have you slept for so long? Hungry, I'll make you something to eat. Hearing about eating, Yajalindi's gaze subconsciously glanced over the milk bottle in the distance. This subtle expression was observed by Su Tangtang. Are there still some fragments of memory lingering in his mind? If I do some things from the past myself, can it help the other party recover their memory? Do you want to drink bottled milk? I'll make you a cup. Yajalindi holds her head high. You treat me like a 3-year-old baby. The bottle of milk doesn't want to drink. Su Tangtang speechless. But still haven't given up. Continue asking then, do you want to play with toys? While speaking, he waved the 3 cat teasers in his hand. The man's narrow eyes narrowed slightly. You take me for a sick cat. Then how happy that tiger used to be playing before. Begging me every day. Accompany play. Su Tangtang accidentally spoke out the words she was thinking to herself. Unexpectedly, the next second, Yajalindi had to get up to do things. Do you need this king to reveal his true form? No, this is not necessary. Su Tangtang hurriedly waved his hand. Set up a scratching board for the cat. What about this one? Cat scratching board helps you sharpen your nails. He used to like this project the most. Yajalindi stared at that heart-shaped scratch board, as if lost in some kind of reminiscence. The slender fingers unconsciously tightened their grip. He really likes it. Memory and form may change, but his nature will not change. Did this scratching post remind you of something? Su Tangtang smugly curled her lips, just about to walk over. Just then, the man's fingertips slowly loosened. The tone is indifferent yet sinister and unrestrained. Susu bought so many baby supplies. Are you planning to raise our child? Su Tangtang instantly froze. She shouldn't have gone to the extra trouble. You're overthinking it. Su Tangtang put the cat's scratching board back into the storage cabinet. She was just about to close the door. A Slandy teleported over instantly. Sharp-eyed, pick it up. Just now that bright red bow. What is this? This is the gift I prepared for you earlier. Because you really like Phalaenopsis orchids. So, following the floral pattern, I personally made a bow tie for the suit. But now it probably won't be of use anymore. She was just about to take it back. The man suddenly raised it high. Quite special. Really, what's so special about it? Su Tangtang looked at him with an expectant face. The man, however, pondered for a moment. Speaking of being particularly ugly, this is her taking time out of her busy schedule, stitched meticulously with every single needle and thread. Actually saying it's especially ugly. Su Tangtang turned around. Don't want to deal with him anymore. It took quite a while before I realized it. I actually scratched the Empire's war god. When the other party's desire for revenge arises, prepare to apologize before twisting his head off. Turn around. Then they found the man picking up that red bow tie, right under the nose, eyes slightly closed. With a profound expression, he sniffed at that appearance. A bit like a pervert. Su Tangtang was instantly stunned. What are you doing? Yajalindi slightly opened her eyes. This king smells it, seems a bit moldy. Has it been left out for too long? Su Tangtang grinds teeth. He's the one who's gone moldy. At this moment, the doorbell rang. Su Tang Tang quickly go to pick up the express delivery. Yajalindi looked at her back. A smile spilled from the corner of the mouth. Bring that bow close to the nose. It smells so good. Su Tang Tang signed for the delivery. Open the package. The clothes have arrived. Yajalindi took a light glance. The taste is not bad. Less than 5 minutes. The man has completed his outfit. Su Tang Tang turned her face. When seeing him, suddenly stunned. The man's facial contours are smooth and well-defined. Facial features are three-dimensional and deep. A set of high-end, custom-made formal attire. It accentuates his unbelievably good figure to the fullest. The tiger is indeed nature's most perfect creation. Became a human. Also how? Captivated by this king's majestic appearance, Su Tang Tang touched his nose. Haven't put it on properly. Let's go then. Wait a minute. Yajalindi picked up the red butterfly bow tie nearby. Help me put it on. Su Tang Tang was somewhat surprised. This isn't really appropriate, is it? This does not match the overall style of this dress. But it matches me very well. Didn't you just say this bow tie is very ugly? Why are you still willing to bring? What the ugly prostitute does must also be seen by the in-laws. Who are you calling ugly? You admit you are my porcelain master. Su Tang Tang speechless. She still won't speak, right? Su Tang Tang had no choice but to pick up the bow tie. Help the man put it on. Yajalindi took the opportunity to lower her head again, smelling the scent of her phalaenopsis pheromones. All right, let's go. Sliding down the waist. But was suddenly grabbed tightly by the other party. Su Tang Tang was startled. Where are you going? Isn't it to go to Glensmore Manor? Su is in a hurry to meet the in-laws. Still in a hurry to chase me away, huh? Let's do something else first. You return triumphantly, still recovering from major injuries. Don't want to be the first. The room told his relatives, friends, and the central government. New subjects. They have been mourning you this whole month. Very sad. If I had known you were still alive, I don't know how happy I would be. Don't want a certain tiger to be heartless. His eyes were fixed unblinkingly on Su Tang Tang. He only wants to stay with his female master. Not separated for a moment. The man suddenly picked her up. Su Tang Tang was so scared that her legs were trembling a little. Do things you love to do. For example, ask Yajalindi to activate combat power. Leaping into the fair in one bound, Su Tang Tang is afraid of falling down. Quickly and tightly hugged his forbidden waist. But he worried too much. In the blink of an eye, a pair of dazzlingly magnificent wings. She struggled free from the man's shoulder. Su Tang Tang was completely stunned. Lanlin, your wings have completely recovered. Yajalindi lowered her gaze and looked at. His gaze is warmer than a melting snow-capped mountain. Take you to see the stars. But now it's daytime. Look at what stars. Su Tang Tang originally thought that the man was talking about the stars. It is a romantic metaphor. Until walking into the technologically advanced military battleship. Seeing the projection on the vast holographic screen. Only then did I realize they were real stars. There is a distribution map of planets in the central galaxy of the 9th region, marked all around with various special symbols. And the red one, representing the White Tiger Legion led by General Yajalindi. His battle record spans a full 100 planets, occupying approximately 60% of the territory of the central galaxy. Su Tang Tang couldn't help but draw in a sharp, cold breath. You probably conquered half of the central galaxy, didn't you? No wonder everyone says it's in the central star. The status of the Duke of Earl's family is even higher than that of the royal family. In these years of the royal family's decline and silence, the true king of the galaxy has always been him, right? Yajalindi swept across the central star system map. The slender knuckles paused on some of the surrounding stars. Which one does Susu like? I have conquered this for you. That's not necessary. These planets in the central galaxy are already very beautiful. Yajalindi sets the route map on the warship. Alright then, let's start from Animal Planet. Is it a planet teeming with all kinds of animals? Is he really going to take me down to see? And not just looking at the distribution map inside the battleship. Are you ready? Time to set off. Su Tang Tang nodded in anticipation. Courtship generally refers to males pursuing females, display beautiful wings, dancing or building nests and so on. These are common practices among animals. And on the central star, This activity has become more specific and solemn, including but not limited to males display their strength to females, wealth status and loyalty. Yajalandi is exactly the one who is practicing it. To move the heart of one's beloved little female. In order to broaden Su Tang Tang's horizons, see the entire animal planet, Yajalandi transforms into beast form. Carrying it soaring high in the sky, Su Tang Tang saw an exceptionally spectacular natural scene. Can't help but marvel. So beautiful, I saw a green peacock. Its tail feathers are so special. There is also a long-tailed tit. Round and chubby, just like a little fur ball. Want to hold it in the palm of my hand and knead it playfully. What is the name of that colorful flower blooming on the mountain? How come I've never seen you before? What a well-behaved, golden snub-nosed monkey. Eating berries right now. Su Tang Tang's eyes are too busy to take it all in. Excitedly talking non-stop. Suddenly yet discovered. Countless animals on the mainland. As if suddenly catching a whiff of some powerful aura. They all raised their heads to gaze up at the high sky. Immediately they lowered their heads row by row, kneeling down on the front limbs. This solemn and sacred ceremony. It seems they are worshipping their king. Are they saluting Lanlin? Yajalandi is about to reach the ground. Restore human form. Susa also wants to worship me as king. Or take a step back. Acknowledge me as your master. Su Tang Tang sternly refused. Resolutely defend one's own status as the master. Although you have forgotten. But I am your master. Hearing this, the man slightly curved his lips. It doesn't matter from today onwards. You are still my mistress, Su Tang Tang discovered. You've fallen into the other party's language trap again. How is this tiger even more cunning than a fox? Beside, suddenly a tender and crisp bird call came through. Su Tang Tang is puzzled. Turn around and there's a white, soft, long-tailed tit. Bouncing and hopping right to my hand. Little furball, how did it get here? It's really so cute and adorable. Su Tang Tang couldn't help but reach out a finger, poked its round belly. Not only it. After saying that, Yajalandi took out from his bosom. Take out a green peacock's tail feather. A colorful 7-petaled flower. There is even a golden snub-nosed monkey that hasn't been weaned yet. Aren't those all the things she was just saying she liked? He caught them all. Never expected the other party to have said such things. All of them have been noted down in my heart. A wave of happiness filled the entire body. Just like when you were being coquettish and acting cute in the villa. In my eyes and in my heart, there is only her little sweetheart. He is her little sweetheart. Even if I become a renowned and mighty god of war. It was also you who caught that little golden snub-nosed monkey. What about its mother? Catch its mother too. Su Tang Tang couldn't help but burst out laughing. They seemed to be very scared. Why aren't you running? Did you mobilize the combat force? Yajalandi shook his head. Without Su Tang Tang, the little furball was brought before the man. The little one was so scared that it let out a squeak. Plunged headfirst into her clothes, only revealing a round, smooth but trembling. Seems to know why they aren't running anymore. Taken by a certain bad egg white tiger who seizes by force and plunders. Scared to the point of weak legs. I'm done playing. Send them back. Very Yajalandi with a flick of the finger. Two adorable little fellows immediately vanished before my eyes. Susu, I am so well behaved. Do you want to reward me? Saying that, Yajalandi overbearingly pulled him over. But just as he lowered his head, there was a gurgling sound heard. Su Tang Tang has. He awkwardly rubbed his own stomach. I rushed back in the morning to see you. Forgot to eat. Upon hearing this, Yajalandi's eyes lit up. Then I'll take you to eat. Next stop, Food Planet. Have to change to another planet again. Su Tang Tang remembered. The big golden retriever's training is not yet completed today. If you break the promise, the lion has finally built trust in itself. Will it collapse? Tang Tang somewhat tentatively at the man. Lanlin, if I mention other males at this time, what would you do? The words had barely left his mouth. The man who was just brimming with tenderness and affection moments ago. The eyes instantly turned ice cold. The tone was so calm it was as if killing left no trace of blood. I will make him regret coming into this world. Su Tang Tang immediately interrupted him. Go to the Food Planet. Yajalandi couldn't help but laugh. If only you had been this obedient earlier. The Food Planet lives up to its reputation. gathering the famous dishes and delicacies from the major planets of the central star system. Just the restaurant names alone made Su Tang's eyes spin. Yazhalandi picked the cherry off the cake. Hand it to her. According to your memory. Is the little tiger better or am I better? What is this problem? Little tiger and he aren't the same person? Seeing the man ask so seriously, Su Tang also carefully pondered for a moment. Everything's fine. However, he spent a longer time with the little tiger. The little tiger swooshed by. The cherry that was almost in the mouth flew away. Yazhalandi withdrew her hand. His cool and detached expression showed some displeasure. He is that good. Let you still can't forget it now. Su Tang quickly changed his tune. You better, Susa, truly are one who loves the new and neglects the old. Forgot about him so quickly already. Su Tang hehed. He just deliberately doesn't want to let himself eat, right? Su Tang put down the fork. I won't eat anymore, I'm full. Yazhalandi looked at him thoughtfully. Still no ups and downs on the little belly. Eat a little more. Such a small belly. How to give birth to tiger cubs in the future. Su Tang speechless. Don't think you are a tiger. Can keep talking dirty all the time. After the two of them finished their meal. Opened the next stop. Ice Snow Planet. Endless glaciers and snowflakes. This vast continent and ocean are perpetually covered. Created countless, peculiar landscapes. The two of them played and fooled around until evening. Arthurlandy found an excellent place. Watching the aurora. Su Tang looked up at the mysterious light in the sky. Lanlan legend says the aurora is the embodiment of dawn. The daughter of the sun god and the moon goddess. Facing the wishing well, all beautiful wishes will come true. Arthurlandy expressed doubt. How come he hasn't heard of it? Including that nouns in his speech. Opportunity is rare. If you don't believe it. I made a wish myself. The girl crossed her arms in front of her chest, devoutly making a wish towards the aurora. Yazhalandi looked at her and slowly closed his eyes. Before meeting her, he never believed in deities. Didn't you say you didn't believe it? How can a wish be made? What wish did you make? Can I say it? Sure, but saying it out loud might make it not come true. Then I won't say anymore. It seems someone made a very important wish. Till 2 o'clock in the morning. The aurora gradually disappeared. Su Tang, having traveled through 2 planets, was utterly exhausted. Yawn and it's time to get up. Lanlan, let's go back to the battleship to rest. No need to rest here is fine. Aslandy said. On the spot, it turned into a giant white tiger. That physique, the fur and the faintly visible flames around it. Looks like it really is very warm. Not sleeping in the luxurious warship. Have to be on the cold glacier. He must be trying to take advantage of her. No need, Su Tang turned around angrily. Decided to use my own iron-like indomitable will. Struggled through the night. However, a sudden chilly gust of wind blew past. Angered, she immediately turned around and buried herself in the tiger's embrace. When she didn't say it, Yazhalandi's triumphant eyes and brows were all smiles. He tightly pulled his limbs together, wrapping the little female tightly without leaving a single gap. The silk void seems to be proclaiming sovereignty, furry and soft. There is also the majestic and beautiful tiger head. Can hold and sleep. Su Tang was contentedly entering sweet dreamland. Midnight in the dead of night. Su Tang suddenly felt dazed and confused, feeling like something is licking. It still faintly accompanies the familiar voice. Master, I master very much. Daughter of the sacred dawn. Please let me stay with my master forever. Forever, ever, never to part. Is it Lanlan? Didn't it turn into a human form and lose its memory? Su Tang couldn't quite tell whether it was a dream or reality. Just pouting, she softly murmured her own wish. Sacred daughter of the dawn. Please bless Lanlan to return safely from every expedition. Not a single bit of harm. The white tiger overhead heard the commotion. The body trembles. In the low burning crimson eyes, a thick love is revealed. Master, it only has one voice after another shouting in its heart. Only then can the emotions that are full to the point of having nowhere to release be dissolved. The next day, Su Tang was kissed on the forehead by the other person as soon as she woke up. Good morning, mistress. Su Tang is already almost numb. There's a feeling that I really have to take responsibility for him. I'm hungry and want to eat some fruit. That just happens to take you to the fruit planet. As the name implies, on the fruit planet, planted with thousands of trees, each one laden with abundant fruit. The person hasn't arrived yet. A rich and fragrant aroma wafts right to the nose. Su Tang's stomach had been growling from afar. Many fruits he squatted down, curiously plucked from that low, small clump of grass. Round and yellow fruit. What is this? Upon hearing the name of the devil fruit, Su Tang's motion of pinching the fruit paused. It sounds like it might not be too good. This fruit is not edible. Su Tang looked up, hand holding the half-bitten fruit trembling uncontrollably. You didn't say so earlier. What will happen if I eat it? Yajalandi looked at Su Tang with a teasing gaze. The mind is getting more and more unsteady. The limbs are becoming increasingly uncoordinated. The last one fell headlong into their own embrace. It looks like it has already taken effect. The man lowered his gaze, his large palm gently lifting the girl's face. The address in my mouth unconsciously changed. Master, are you okay? Su Tang shook her head vigorously. When I raised my face again, as if he had become a different person. The next segment. I know you guys don't like to watch. Xiao has already finished watching for the babies. On the other side, the royal palace. The sky was just beginning to lighten. The lion in the vast prison woke up, shook the majestic, fluffy brown mane, deep blue double pupils, brightly looking towards the door. Just like a piece of chi-observing stone, waiting for the appearance of the little female. But today at 6, 8, 10 o'clock. I waited until noon. The figure of the little female has never appeared. Where did she go? Why didn't you come? He went from lying down to sitting up. Finally stood up. Mood gradually grows anxious, pacing back and forth in the cage. When the broad, thick paw attempted to step out of the cage, the words of the little female echoed in my ears. Big golden retriever, you have to be good. Good boy, girl, and eat your meal. Be good and listen. Waiting for me in the cage. Tomorrow I will come again. She said she would come. We'll never break a promise.